I'm going to show you how I created a great course in about a day. And we're going to go step by step through all of the different kind of pieces, how I came up with the idea, and more importantly, the process that I followed to do that. Now, if you're just starting out, you maybe have created a course, or you've been trying to create a course and you're trying to figure out it's too long, it's too technical, I'm really struggling, I'm having trouble making sure that in fact it's a course that I should be making, and where do I start, how long should it be, where do I break it up, do I need lessons, quizzes, there's all sorts of stuff that you have options to do, but I'm going to show you how to create quick mini courses that are anywhere from 7 to 10 lessons long, anywhere from 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. Those courses that answer specific questions or cover specific topics in your particular area of interest, the parts that you teach and or the transformations that you promise. These are things that you need to get out to your customers, your students, so that you can answer the questions that they have. So we're going to take a look, first of all, at the course I created. It took me about 4 hours to create the content. It took me another maybe 4 hours to create things like the sales page, get it uploaded, make some edits and graphics and things like that. I'll show it to you, and then I'll show you the kind of the pieces that I use to actually do that. So let's take a look first at the course. And this course is on trainingsites.io, which is our learning campus. And I think right now we've got 30 or 40 courses that are here now. Some of them are micro courses, some of them are mini courses, and we have our big program, which is the Campus Builders program. But this course is all about onboarding and why you should be doing onboarding after you make the first sale to make sure that you generate all the revenues that you have available to you in the 13 different revenue streams that you should consider if you're building an education business or a training site. So this is the course, and we'll go through it briefly just so you can see how it's set up. Now, on our campus, this is a WordPress powered campus. We're using BuddyBoss for our community and our theme, and we've got LearnDash as the learning management system. So this interface that you're seeing might be a bit different from perhaps if you've got one set up with a different tool, whether it be Thinkific or Kajabi or some of the other available softwares as a service, or even other WordPress power ones like Tutor LMS and Lifter. So this one's called LearnDash. BuddyBoss is affecting the way that it looks, but this is the one that's here. And you can just see on the screen here, if I scroll up a little bit, we've got our title that's available here where my mouse is moving. I've got a brief description of the course, and I did a video introducing the course. So this is kind of a sales video, but not. This is a very soft sell. Again, it's something that I did up quickly. And we have a number of courses and mini courses and micro courses here. So personally, I don't push really hard on the sales aspect of the course. Again, different strategies for different markets and the number of courses and the value of the course that you're selling. This one, brief introduction. We've got a little bit of a video intro, just a minute and a half, some key bullet points of what it's going to be covered. And if we scroll down, we can see what the basic course content is and things that we're going to be covering. Why onboarding is important, how to create the perfect onboarding content, building the automated funnel, what should go in your emails, how to use guided tours and other tools and software, what's the real secret of onboarding, marketing your training site, so how do you market things after. All the templates and automations are included here, and then we've got a quiz for an onboarding review. So if I get in here and I start poking around, and we'll start the course, I'll just open one up, a lesson, so you can see it. Each of these lessons has text and also a video. This video is 10 minutes long, and sometimes they get a little bit longer. I try and keep them anywhere from 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 minutes long. Sometimes they may go a little bit longer. That's okay. In total here, we've got, I think, 7 or 8 videos and a little bit over an hour of content here. So it's got a nice full complex answer to something that isn't just a one and done kind of process. And again, onboarding fits into a training and education business. This is just one kind of spoke of this whole process. So This course was only created in 4 hours, and that includes the content. And we've got a number of other videos that show you how we created the content. But what I can tell you is it's talking head video, it is screen capture video, and in fact, it's what you're seeing right now. It's called live edit videos, and it's something that I'm really big on personally, because in live edit videos that we create, you don't have to use a video editor and they can be done quite quickly. And that's why I was able to get it done in a day. So let me open up one of the other screens here, and you can just see where how this all goes into place or into pieces, and how the actual map came up that I used. So these are the pieces that were in the actual, actually go to this screen here. We'll go to this one. This is the actual map that I created based on what I'm going to show you next. These are the lessons that I came up with, and which each of these particular lessons had some key points or bullet points or topics that I wanted to make sure that I covered when I was answering them. But the actual outline of the course, the lessons, are here, and you can see the ones that I showed you on the previous screen. Why is it important? What's the perfect funnel? How do you automate the series in the emails? What's the actual content that you use in the emails? Guided tours, course materials, and hub and spoke automations. So this is where everything came together, and all I did is I followed this process, and when I looked at these, I just had key points that I wanted to make sure that I covered in each of the lessons. And again, so this was all done out, this was all mapped out, and it was actually done. I'll show you the process that was done with it, but all I did is follow this, and I did a video for each of these individual spokes or kind of parts on the map. So there was a video for this one, why is it onboarding? There was a video for crafting the perfect onboarding funnel. So each of them, they had their own video for each lesson, and that's what I used to create them. So you can create a map pretty easily, and using these maps allows you, in my opinion, to create a visual representation of processes, and gives you a huge advantage when you're structuring all of these courses. You're trying to think, what are the parts are important, or what's the situation? How do I apply, or what's the application of it? What's the problem I'm solving? How do I fix it? What are the questions that I have to ask? This gives you a really easy way to understand what it is I need to have in content, and then organize it in a way that gives you lessons. And the lessons can be kind of difficult when you are coming up with the way that those lessons kind of all fit in. Can be frustrating at the start. So of course I recommend using ChatGPT to get a little bit of help and cheat here. And this is from the Training Sites Campus Blueprint. And this is just one of the sections about the checklist that we follow. And again, this is available for download. If you don't have this yet, you can go to trainingsites.io. It's available as one of the downloads that we have. Right now, this is a big map with a lot of steps. I'm just showing you number 5, which is creating a course checklist. This is the checklist that I followed to create the course that I just showed you. First thing is yes, I did use ChatGPT. I spent a lot of time with this. Let me just reduce this one here. We'll just open this one up a little bit, make it a little bit bigger so it shows up. There we go. Okay. So on this one here, it's like we use ChatGPT to put this together. I have the process that I follow. I have what the content that we teach, because it is stuff that we're doing here on the site and we do on client sites. And actually, if you join, you're going to see the onboarding process that I'm talking about here is the one that we use on the site. But I'm not kidding. We use ChatGPT, and if you're not using it, it's a good idea, in my opinion, to actually go ahead and use it. And we did things, for example, like answering the big questions, coming up with specific tasks or outcomes that the students might have wanted, coming up with a syllabus, titles, descriptions, using checklists, course checklists, title examples, everything that was around there. We used ChatGPT and we documented it all, and we included it in the pieces of the map. That's where I came up with those 3 or 4 or 5 points in each of those. It was taken from this research up front and documenting the actual content of the course. And then from that, what I did is I opened up and I said, you know what? We better create a lesson map in and around the content that we created. So what's the process? What are the number of steps? I did 4 to 7 required steps. And lesson length, 5 to 10 minute chunks is what I would aim for. And then those chunks are into topics. And those topics were those individual little pieces that I gave you in each of the lessons. These are the key bullet points that we wanted to do. Now, I also wanted to go to the supplemental resources. What are things that people want? Well, they want the actual email templates. So I included those. They wanted to know the automations or the sequence that were being used. So we included those. And there's the course content right there. It's research, ChatGPT, packaging it, put it in that lesson and topic map that I showed you earlier. And then the next piece that I spent time on was, how are we going to make course access rules? Build out quizzes, assignments, and graphics. So for us right now, I'm making the course free. So if you're watching this and in the first week or two after, it's going to be free. It's available for free just to go through it as we kind of do tweaks and get some feedback on it. After that, it's going to be as part of the Campus Builders program or part of the membership site. It's going to be open there for all of the Campus Builder members, and I'll probably make it available for sale as well. But these are some of the things you think of before the course, like where is it going to fit into my business model? Is it something I need to sell separately? Is it part of a membership site? Is a bundle of courses? So I was trying to think of that in the back of my mind, and that's how we decided to do it. Free, individual course, part of membership site, all three. I did put a quiz in with it, which is just a big picture quiz at the end to make sure that people actually went through the content and were able to do it before they can complete it. And the other thing that I wanted to do is make sure that people went through all of the lessons. So in terms of getting those assignments and the quizzes together and the access rules, it's like, how are people going to take the course? Do they have to take it in sequence, or they can go from lesson 1 to lesson 4? These are some of the decisions you have to make after you've got that template or that process or syllabus put together. It's like, how are you going to actually let people consume it? And then some graphics if they are important. Now, for me, on this one, what we did is we actually did it with a headshot and live edit. So it was a headshot and a live screen, or back and forth to the video like this. So there weren't a lot of graphics because the video was a graphic. We just went to Canva for the course featured image for the course. I may add some additional graphics if they're needed after, but these are things for graphics that I recommend you add later for things like the featured image of the course. The graphics that you may want to create are when you're using ChatGPT. You can actually have it create graphics or infographics if you're doing a how-to or an educational video that you can use to reference while you're talking about the video, or if you've used some of the transcript of the video. So these are kind of that's a little simple process I went through: course documentation, the mind map, actually recording it, we using live edits, how are people going to access it, and it was done pretty quickly. And we've got a great course that's there in about a day. If you want to find out how to apply all of these, and more importantly, how to do courses with live edits, where you don't have to do a lot of editing, if you want to learn how to set up a training site, if you want to learn how to set it up so that you can actually sell the courses, these are all things that we do at trainingsites.io. And I just want to share this with you. Once you get the hang of this and you do a couple, you're going to be amazed and delighted at how quickly you can create content, not only for your students, but for marketing and just sharing your experiences and the skills that you have and or the transformations that you can provide for people, whether they be free or paid. Just being able to share, building a community of like-minded people is a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have questions, make sure to ask below in the comments, or message me with the trainingsites.io/talk. And if you haven't already, make sure to visit trainingsites.io and sign up for our community. So this is James Maduke speaking, trainingsites.io. Take care and expect the best.